Good evening, Apollo. It's lovely to be here. I've come all the way from Brighton. Just in case you're wondering what this haircut is about. Might be a new face for some of you people. Don't panic, the BBC invited me here because they needed a beige lesbian. So I'm just here to tick some boxes. Not your box, madam, just a metaphorical box. I'm half Spanish, that's what's happening there. I've got a Spanish mum, and she lives here in the UK. It's all very legal. She's lived longer in the UK than she's ever lived in Spain, but the brilliant thing about my mum is that she's never lost her accent. She's doing very, very good. Lost words she cannot pronounce. Lost words she cannot pronounce, huh? My favourite word that my mum's never been able to pronounce is my brother's name. It's not even a difficult name, his name's Stephen. I don't know if you've noticed this, Spanish people, any word that begins with the letter S, they struggle, right? So my mum doesn't call him Stephen, she calls him Steven. What's his name, Mum? Steven. Is it? Isn't it just Stephen? Jennifer, I know his name is my son. It is Steven! I don't know how, my mum's never really coped in this country, and I think it's because, like a lot of Mediterranean people, she's quite loud, yeah? She's got one volume, it's like this. Whereas in this country, particularly if we're middle class, we tend to be low talkers, don't we? We don't like to raise our voices, do we? Why? Because we've got money. And we just assume that if you are raising your voice, well, you're probably poor. Or worse, foreign. Great thing about having a Mediterranean mum is they feed you. Oh, my God. She's always feeding. That's her way of showing that she loves her children, is to feed us. Anything can be going on in my life, and my mum will relate it back to a meal that she's cooked. Do you know what I mean? Like, so good or bad, particularly if I'm depressed. If I phone up my mum and I've had a terrible day, yeah? I phone up my mum, conversation always goes like this. Oh, Jennifer, my God, I'm so sorry to hear that you're having a hard time right now. But you know what? Don't worry, okay? I made a soup. Come home, you sound hungry. I made a chicken carne, I made a lamb tagine, I made a casserole, Jennifer, I made some tortillas, some paella, some curry, Jennifer, you love peri curry, maybe some meatballs, some pork ball, beef ball, aniseed ball, banana ball. You're a lesbian, you don't eat enough balls, please. Come home. Eat my balls. I'm 42. Don't worry, I'm not going to moan about my age. I realise there's nothing worse than somebody younger than you moaning about their age. You know, when you overhear somebody saying things like this on the bus, I'm going to be 23 on Saturday. And I just feel really old. I will stab you in the face. I'm not going to moan about it. You get boring as you get older because you do less. And the way to make sure that you really nail the coffin in dullness, have kids. Oh, my God. Snoresville! I've got twins. I've got twins, yeah, going to be 3 in a few weeks' time. And don't cheer that. Thank you. If you had twins, you'd be like, oh, unbelievable, keep going, mate! Because I am, this is a dream sequence for me. I think I'm actually dead. Do you know what I was really worried about before I had children? It wasn't about being a parent. I was really worried about being dull. Because I mean, look, having kids late, 42, yeah? And they're only like nearly 3. Most of my friends have had kids. And I remember my best mate, when she had her kids, dear God. Before the children arrived, we'd have interesting conversations about current affairs, popular culture. She'd ask me questions like, how are you? As soon as the kids arrived, that went. Go around the house and it's a bit more like this. Oh, hi, Jen. Oh, Jen, thanks so much for coming. Jen, look at the baby, look at the baby. Isn't the baby the most beautiful baby you've ever seen in your life? We love this baby, don't we, Dave? We like to look at the baby all day. Jen, look at the baby. Jen, look at the baby, look at the baby. We don't want to miss a second of anything the baby's doing. We learnt so much since we had a baby. What did we learn today, Dave? We learnt something really important today, Dave. What did we learn today? We learnt war is bad. We didn't know that till we had a baby. Jen, look at the baby. Jen, look at the baby. Jen, look at the baby. There's a second we'd like to take photographs and video everything the baby does because we think our baby's a genius. We think our baby's more clever than any other baby that's ever existed before in all of time. What are you looking at me like that, Dave? Look at me weird, Dave. What's happening, Dave? Oh my God, the baby is blinking. That's incredible, Dave. Video it, play it back to our friends while they self-harm in our living room. I do not want to be that person. And it is not sustainable, yeah? Because that mate of yours will make the error of having 2 or maybe 3 kids. Go round their house after they've had the second or third child and you'll find a very subtle change in their behaviour. It's a bit more like this. Sorry, mate, can I just stop you there? It's just that little Johnny's got his fingers in a plug socket and I'm really worried he might electrocute himself. Leave him, we've got another one. Open the Pinot Grigio. Being a parent is hard. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do. And no one tells you. In fact, no one is more delighted for you to have children than your friends who have children. They are over and above more excited for you than members of your family. Tell a mate with kids that you're going to have kids. They're like that. Oh, God! I'm so happy for you. Our children give you so much to grow as a person. Unconditional love. At the time, you think, God, they are really happy for me. It's only after you have your kids that you go, oh, that was hysteria. Do you know what I wish? One of my mates had taken me to one side and just given me an idea about what to expect. You know, just sat me down, gave me a little bit of a truth bomb. I would have appreciated this conversation. Brister, hello, mate. Why don't you sit down? Just to let you know, it's a bit of a horror show. You're never going to finish a cup of tea or coffee again. You're going to have a shit with the door open. Your sex life is over. Your social life is dead. And if you want to have an ice cream, you're going to have it behind a bin in the garden. Anyway, congratulations. Apollo, you've been an absolute delight. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much.